So I wanted to do something a little different for today's After Hours. I wanted to talk about love and relationships. I kind of want to reflect back on the relationships I've had in the past, who I am right now, and like kind of what I want in the future. And I thought, why not do it in a different environment? Do you know what I mean? Today we're gonna make it a bit more vibey. Do you know what I mean? We're out in the streets right now. We're in London, and yeah, come and vibe with me. So I was watching a TikTok today, and I actually forgot the TikTok guy's name, but he's like some bait like gay TikToker, right? And he was talking with his like fiance, and he was talking about before he got into that relationship with his fiance, he kind of saved his own life, do you know what I mean? And he was talking about how his fiance had also saved his own life, and then they were able to kind of like meet each other from that place. And I think that whilst I'm looking back at my relationships, I think I always try to come from a place of like saving my own life and like being the person that I want to be and like working on myself and all of that stuff before I get into a particular relationship. But I don't think that's always worked out how I wanted. And like I think now that I've come out of a relationship and a long-term relationship, I want to make sure that I'm definitely taking the time out to really fix those things that I need to fix and become the person that I need to become, so that if I do enter a relationship and that's for me, not only am I coming into that the best person that I can be, but it's like I've done all the work for myself. And then obviously there'll still be more work to do, but it's like they don't have to do certain work for me. It's like I've done it already for myself. So it's like that's kind of like one of the things that's coming in my mind right now. It's like this idea of saving myself and like what does it mean to save me? And I feel like there's so many things that I need to fix coming out of a relationship in terms of like rebuilding like my self-esteem and like my self-love and like how I see myself, and like my boundaries. So yeah. I've been thinking a lot about like my relationships when I was younger, like from when I first started dating guys, which was around when I was like 17, I think, like 17, 18. And it's funny, I noticed this pattern where a lot of the times I would start talking to a guy and then like everything would be cool, and then like he would do something and then like we will lock off whatever we're doing and then we'll come back together. And like that pattern has been so consistent in my dating life that I tried so hard to like avoid that in my last relationship. And it's so interesting because I think whilst I try to avoid certain patterns of like accepting certain things in the past and like also being used to being like the person that's being hurt, I think I finally saw myself in a position where it's like I'm the person that's almost hurting the other person and like also doing things. And I think that was quite like a humbling experience to not only receive certain things, whether they're negative or positive, but also being able to do those things to other people. And like, I don't know, I just think that's something to like think about in terms of moving forward. And like the relationships that I'm in is like, I'm very conscious of the fact that I can hurt someone else. And I'm very conscious of the fact that I don't want to hurt someone else. And if I can avoid it, I would try to. And obviously part of a relationship is like hurting each other and all of that stuff. And like, obviously not malicious stuff, but like you inevitably like hurt the people that you love in some way or another. But I think I really got to see some of my faults and like really the things that I need to work on to make sure that my relationships, whether it's with another partner, whether it's with my friendships or even like people in my family and stuff like that, like just being really conscious of like how I affect people and being more intentional with my actions, you know what I mean? So that's something that's also on my mind in terms of like going from being someone that was hurt to like hurting. Yeah.
You feel like it's your fear that's stopping you though from moving forward and thinking that you're gonna hurt someone or you can be hurt again?
I don't know if it's fear that's stopping me from moving forwards. I feel like right now, in my head, it makes sense to like be alone, spend time by myself, understand what it's like to really be alone and like reestablish the things that I want and care about and I want from someone else, and then like enter a relationship. I don't know if like maybe being afraid of entering something else is there. Maybe, I'm not really
because
sure.
what if that never ends? That feeling.
With what particular feeling?
No, like the feeling of, that's what I think people tell themselves when they get out of like a bad situation. Like I want to work on myself. I want to better myself before I go into something else. But then it's like, what if you never get over that feeling? Like you don't know what if you don't get over that feeling? Is it gonna hold you back because you're constantly thinking I need to be perfect or I need to be obviously the best version of myself before I can give myself to someone else? But what if you're hard on yourself and you never think you're gonna be that you're not the best version of yourself? You're gonna keep putting yourself off. You might meet a good person and say I'm not ready because I'm not I'm not there yet. The fear from the past situation that's gonna hold you back.
I hear that, and I think I'm also conscious of that. Like, I'm also conscious of like this thing of being perfect and like wanting to work on myself and all that stuff. And honestly, I feel like after a certain amount of time being single, I would feel comfortable. Not even comfortable, but like if someone I felt like was worth it came along, I don't feel like I would be like, oh my God, I can't talk to you because I'm not ready. Because I feel like, because I also do recognize that you are never really ready to like enter something. Do you know what I mean? You just go for it and then hope for the best and you try your best type of thing. Do you know what I mean? But I think for now, I definitely need time. Yeah.
Do you know how long?
Do I know how long? I feel like I don't necessarily have like a time frame in terms of like when I want to start dating, but I think what I realized is that I'd come out of a long-term relationship and then like I tried to jump into dating and I realized I wasn't over my ex, and then like I was engaged with like other guys. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I don't want to be in a place where I'm still kind of like emotionally attached to someone else. And then like
it's unfair on yourself.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I would never want to be in a situation where I really like someone and I'm getting to know them, and then like they're still hooked on their ex. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like when I get to a place where I just feel more relaxed on that, I don't even know.
I understand that. You'll know. I think you'll know when you're.
Yeah, and it'll take trial and error. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I'm not in a rush for it. And also, I'm doing this thing like, and I told you earlier in terms of like, for the next year, I'm just doing my creativity stuff. I'm just doing stuff that I want to do. And then after that, I'm going to reflect on what I've done in the last year and like be more strategic. So maybe even with like dating and love, I'll do the same thing in terms of like, right now I'm just going to focus for myself until like next year, May. If someone comes along and I'm like, oh my God, you're so cool, but I'll get to know them. But like, there's no search for someone else right now.
No, you just want to live your life, and if they come, they come.
Exactly. And I kind of also want to just live my life like that in general, in terms of like, if someone comes along, like they come along. Do you know what I mean? But I want them to come along on my ride.
But do you know what? I think a lot of people, I've said that before, like, oh, when the person comes, they come. I'm not looking. But slightly you are a little bit. Or no.
What do you mean?
For me, I'll say like, I'm just gonna let whatever happens happens. I'm not putting any pressure on it. But then I think that made me put more pressure on it because I am kind of thinking about it.
I guess
like when you're going out, and it's like, I don't care, I'm just going out. But then because you're telling yourself that, then you're
fair enough.
You're like, wow, I didn't even meet anyone.
But you know what it is, yeah. I guess what I mean in terms of like, they should come and meet me. Like, I guess for the next year, I'm not really going to put myself on like dating apps and like actively pursue people. But let's say, for example, I'm out and I see someone, I'm like, oh my God, they're cool. Then I'll talk to them because they're cool. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not. I don't want to be on dating apps. I don't want people to see me on dating apps. Like I did that, and I feel so embarrassed. Like,
that happens in the movies.
You know, I would love for someone to approach me. Do you know what I've noticed? Guys don't really approach me like that.
Maybe they're intimidated.
I don't know.
That, people don't approach me.
No, but the thing is, girls approach me. Even still being gay.
Not giving the right
maybe because like girls approach me even to this day. Like even when they know that I'm gay, they're like, when you're ready to come to this side, they're like, I'm here for you. But the guys, I just feel like
you're intimidating to guys.
Maybe, but I don't know.
Not intimidating in a bad way, but as in like, do they think they might not think they have a chance, or
maybe
they might think that you're already taken.
Maybe
they might, and I don't know. Well, a friend of ours that you know used to always say to me, "It's so much harder because I don't know. I just feel like with guys, actually, I don't know. He was just explaining that it's not as easy to just walk up to someone and say, "Oh, like
I'm interested in you."
Yeah, because you might end up embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
Like, or this person might even just be laughing at you. Like, why are you even?
Yeah.
Why are you even looking at me?
Yeah.
Whereas, well, actually, guys going to girls can get the same thing, really. But
I feel like you expect guys to go to girls. I feel like with the gay thing, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, there's more pressure on it.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, though, I don't think it's very serious.
Yeah, a lot of guys aren't serious.
But yeah. I think removing yourself off dating apps is good, and it makes you a little bit more exclusive.
Yeah.
If someone sees you, they meet you, then they meet you. But
exactly.
It's not like overwhelming that, because when you're on there, I've never been on a dating app before.
Good for you, because
well, no, but I don't know. I'm scared of them. But then I just think it's too much.
I think it's too much.
But I just would think, you've spoken to me, but how many other people are you talking to?
Literally.
And that's our generation. I think it's a problem with our generation.
And with the gay thing, it's like, guys have like approached me after they tried approaching my ex, or guys will approach my ex and then approach me, and they've known that we've been together but try and move like they don't know that we've been together. It's just like just bare funky stuff. And it's like, I also feel scared to, like, if we're talking about being scared about whatever, I sometimes feel scared because I don't know that much about guys in terms of like their track record and like what they've done. So it's like, for me to let someone in and then trust like they're just coming with good intentions is a bit shaky, because a lot of guys have tried a lot of funky stuff. Just don't know who you can really trust from that regard.
I think you being on your own path, just focused on yourself, then only good things can come.
Sister, I hope so. Well, I know so, I'm joking.
Yeah, you have to know so.
I know so.
But I just don't want you to put off the right person because you think you're not ready.
No, I hear that.
Because I think that happens often.
Yeah.
Like, and also it's hard, like, going back into something when you've been in a situation that's been bad. Everyone, obviously, we all have to move on from it, but I don't think people really discuss how this trauma, like, it's actually serious trauma. You can't just
get up and do it again.
You can't just jump into something, but then the trauma that is there that you might even be holding in because this is a new person. You don't want to show yourself up. You don't want to look crazy. You don't want to do any, like, it's a lot. I think it's a lot.
No, it's definitely a lot.
It's not easy to just say, okay, I want to give myself to someone again. And you know, all that we're human, like, we're not stupid. Our brain is programmed to be on the defense for you to not be in the same situation you've been in before.
No, 100. And you know what it is? Even with that, I feel quite optimistic about like love in the future, you know, because for me, it's like, I feel like I'm finally more on my path than I've been before. Do you know what I mean? In terms of like how I'm spending my time, the things that I'm doing, and like where my intention is, I feel like if someone was to come and like they were genuinely like my person, I'd feel quite optimistic about it.
Yeah, well, I think you doing all this stuff for yourself will make it easier to filter out the people that
exactly, like, exactly.
You're busy, you're focused. So if someone comes and you're not waiting around for someone to text you or call
exactly,
you. You've got stuff you're doing every day, and it's all for yourself. So
and I feel very optimistic about the future, because for me, it's like, if I'm meant to be in a relationship, then that relationship will come. If I'm not, then I'm not. But it's like, I know that I'm on my path, so it's like I feel good about whatever's meant to come.
Yeah.
So I feel very optimistic about the future. I just want to make sure that I learn my lessons and I don't end up in the same cycles.
I think the defensiveness, I'm defensive. I think it comes from like pain sometimes.
No, definitely. Or feeling misunderstood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to. Yeah, I want someone that can just get through to me, and I can get through to them.
But then that might come with time, though.
No, that could definitely come with time. But someone that I can work through to get to that place, you know what I mean?
That's what they say. There's people that are married that can't even do that.
Literally.
Yeah, there's actually people that are married that can't even
get through to each other.
Yeah, or communicate. It's so weird. People used to always talk about communication, but I think I'm only just understanding.
Oh,
like what it actually means to be able to communicate with,
yeah.
Like, you're talking. That's communicating.
The communication is important. I feel like even like in friendships and stuff like that, being able to communicate is so important. And I feel like, another non-negotiable, very wary of like the way you speak about others around you.
What, as in, like, for example, them, how they speak about their friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
How they speak about their friends, how they speak about their family, like when they're not around.
Oh, what? Because that reflects how they would speak about you.
Yeah.
When you're not around.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
What? Putting down.
Yeah. Anything
Rude,
that's
just,
weird.
yeah,
It's like.
negative.
It's like.
Yeah.
And you're not saying it to that person.
And then when the person comes at their face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's like just across the board.
Why would that not be what's happening for you?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like even in friendships and stuff like that, I was the type of person. I think in the past I tried to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, if a friend, for example, is acting weird to another friend, I'd be like, oh, well, they're not acting weird towards me.
It's not me.
Do you know what I mean? It's not me. And then it's like,
you don't know.
Do you know what I mean? Not even that you don't know. Then it ends up being you, and it's just like, but I saw the signs. And I think that's something that I'm trying to avoid now. It's like, if I see something like telling the person, no, I think what you're doing is actually a bit off and you should fix that. Or just being like, I don't think I can be friends with this person no more. Even if you haven't been weird to me yet, I don't want to wait to see what you can do. Do you know what I mean?
If you want to do it to me.
Yeah, no. Oh, do you know what it is about dating as well that I really found off-putting? Everything seems like a game.
That's what I mean, and it's that grey area where it's like two people are talking, they clearly like each other, but no one said anything.
Yeah.
So no one's gonna say anything.
No, I hate that side of dating. I hate that side of dating. I hate the playing the games and like trying to like not knowing where you stand and like you were saying, like reserving certain things to say, oh, I can't say this or I can't say that, and playing it cool. Like, I don't really like all of that. That's what I hate, and I haven't. I hate it. I hate it.
Dating so long, but I know that part of it is just like it's awkward. And
no,
then it can be awkward though.
I'm just there like, I like you. I just want to say like, I like you. You know what I mean? Like, where we go from here, but people play a game and it's like, I don't want to play this game with you. Like, I like you. Like, what's up? Like, what we doing?
Yeah, but it's not about you, dude.
I know.
Okay, how would you, if you had one word to describe the current dating environment in 2025, what would it be?
I feel like the dating environment in 2025, I feel like there's a bunch of people who want love but don't really know how to navigate it. And I feel like a lot of people are playing a game but want love, do you know what I mean? But playing behind this, but they're hiding or like shielded. And then I also think, especially if we're talking about gay, let's talk about black people, then gay black people, like, because there's such a tight circle of people and a lot of people already engage with each other, and with like social media, a lot of people already know each other's business. I think it just makes everything like quite clouded. Do you know what I mean? Because like even now, like I wouldn't really want to date in London.
I was literally about to, that's my next thing. I was going to say, do you think it would be, well...
But my only issue with that is that I think about, I wouldn't really want to date in London when I'd be ready to date. But then like, if I was to go to America, by the way, and I go to like one state, let's say I go to New York, I would just be in the middle of what I'm in right now, but in another state, and I don't even know.
But then, what, you don't know?
No, because I don't know who the devils are. Like, I don't know who's the player. I don't know who
all the time. A guy might get with a girl and she's bad.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't even think I'd want that. Like, I don't. If I was to meet, I don't even.
I don't know why you said America. America's not.
But I was using it as an example in terms of like.
Outside, outside.
But I was using it as an example. I just feel like, I just think things are really difficult. I think the more that you are intentional with things, the better, because like you can easily like decipher through things more. Do you know what I mean? Like having discernment, I think, is important.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
I think it's natural though.
What's natural?
Discernment, don't you think?
I think it might be natural, but I don't know if everyone uses it.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Well, I should say, okay, let me say like using your discernment is like important, because then if you notice signs, then you just won't follow through with that person. Do you know what I mean?
I think we ignore a lot. We ignore a lot because, again, I think it's just a fear of standing up for yourself, talking about it, not looking like you're just
doing too much,
acting like you're in a relationship where you're not. But I think we actually all, it's so crazy because we all know when something is not going to work out.
Yeah,
or
I think so.
We all know when someone is not for us. Like, we actually all know.
Yeah. I think to wrap up the video, like I said earlier, I'm a lot of things are happening, and I think the best thing for me to do is spend time alone, like reconnecting with myself, doing the things that I want to do, focusing on myself, what I like, what I don't like, all of that shit. And like whoever comes in the future, if they're meant to come, will come. But I'm like optimistic. I don't feel like down or anything like that. I feel like quite optimistic about like what's to come. But I just think as long as I follow my route and like my path, then like what's meant to be mine will come and see me, and then what's not will hopefully go the other way. I think that's it really. Do you know what I mean?
It's exciting.
No, it's exciting. I'm really excited for this year. Like I love being 28. Like I keep telling you, I've enjoyed this year thoroughly so far. And like this is just the start of like me reconnecting with myself. So imagine next year, hopefully, you should be better than this year already. Do you know what I mean? The house is so nice.
It's nice. Yeah. So you'll be living.
Honestly. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's episode of After Hours. I've been your host, Bradley Salu. I don't even say that. I'm just playing around right now. But no, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's episode. I'll catch you lot on the next one. As always, I hope that you take care of your spirits and your hearts. Peace.